Before we get started on user access itself, we need to spend some time learning how the system is structured. Once we know this, we can start to understand how the system can be accessed. There are three user interfaces that allow users to interact with the system. Web is the web-based Unit4 Business World application used for data entry and amendment, as well as reporting. Desktop is the Unit4 Business World client application used mainly for system administration tasks and some legacy functionality. And mobile is a series of apps that allows users to perform certain self-service tasks and actions using the apps that are available from the App Store, both iOS and Android. It is important to note that all three of these interfaces are querying and updating the same database. Business World Web is the interface used by most Business World end users. However, not all functionality is available in web, and for that reason, many users do still use desktop. In terms of system administration, functions that govern certain web access can only be managed in web, and during this course we will look at system administration functionality in web. It can be found under the System Admin menu. Desktop is where the majority of system administration tasks will take place. The functionality can be found in the menu under the Settings icon. It is important to note that while some system administration functionality is available in both web and desktop, there is functionality that is only available in web and some that is only available in desktop. System administrators must use and be comfortable using both applications. Mobile allows users to perform certain self-service tasks and actions, such as submitting timesheets, submitting expense claims, viewing reports, actioning workflow tasks, and viewing their own information. In addition to these graphical user interfaces, there are three ways of interacting with the system in the database using different tools. Web Services allows the passing of data between Business World and other applications. It is an integration tool. APIs also allow the passing of data between Business World and other applications. It is another integration tool. Report Engine allows users to access data using applications like Excel and the Business World Report Studio to create reports. By reports, we refer to any static output that is not based in the application itself. This includes everything from invoices and payslips to management reports and financial statements. Business World provides a management console for technical installation and management of the application. You can learn more about this in the Technical Foundation course. At this point, it is just necessary to be aware of the management console, because access to the management console is governed by the same user access that we will be learning about in this course. The last thing that needs to be introduced is the concept of clients. A client is a separate entity within the database, and therefore the application. This is best illustrated with an example. Company A has two offices, one in London and one in Sydney. Both offices run their own operations in their native currency, and they both use Business World. The London office will use Business World by logging into a client called, for example, AL, and the Sydney office will log in by using AS. In this scenario, client represents a separate geographical office operating in a different currency. Clients can also be used to represent different legal entities. If Company A acquires a subsidiary, they may create a new client for that subsidiary and call it SS. Many organizations only have and use one client. This is very common. However, by creating different clients, global organizations with many entities and locations can all use the same system. At the end of a reporting period, data from these separate clients can be consolidated in order to produce group statements and reports. All of these concepts are going to be referred to many times in this course, so take some time now to ensure you have grasped them. If they are still a bit unclear, don't worry. In the next lessons, we will clarify them, showing the impact they have on access control.